Ciao Alessio.
Ciao Philippe.
Nice to meet you.
Me too.
So as you know, I do a lot of bivouac flying and cross-country flying, and for this case I bought the new ENC two-liner Libra RS from Swing, and it's a really light wing and nice wing, and I decided to make safety training. But in general, what requirements does a pilot need to do a safety training on an ENC two-liner?
I can tell you that it's a normal ENC glider in all the maneuvers, so you don't need to know something different from the other glider that you fly before. And so the only things, of course, that is different is how to do the collapses, because you know, with the two liners it's not so easy, or it's not possible to do collapses without an extra lines.
A folding line? So what exactly means a folding line?
This is a set of lines that you can fix on the canopy more forward. The position is more forward if you're going to compare with the normal e-risers, and you can use to go into the collapse on the canopy. When you open your wings, you can see that there are some holes close to the opening of the canopy. Yeah, this one is also ready to go, this glider. There are some holes, and inside on the canopy you can see there are small loops when you can go in to fix your folding lines. One time you are ready to go with the folding lines, you can do the collapse. The system is the same like the normal glider. Only you don't pull the e-risers, you are going to pull the folding lines. So the easy system is going to open the wing at the ground. You need a little bit place, of course. The normal lines, they have to go to stay in the normal position, like for the takeoff, okay, on the trailing edge. And then you can open your packet of the folding lines on the leading edge, on the other side. It's really easy. You have to follow the diagram that we give you with the colors of the lines, and you have to prepare all the group of line at the ground before to going to mount it. You can see that normally you have the red one line is staying in the middle, the blue one is staying outside. So you can start, you can leave the riser at the ground, you can set at the ground red, blue, and the last one too, there are the orange one, and the neutral one is the stabilo. You can let it at the ground, and then you can starting again from the first group, red, blue, it's always the same, red, blue and orange to the outside. And also in the top lines you can see you have always red, blue, and it's the same to the end of the canopy. You have to put in the hole the lines, okay? One time it's in the hole, you have to prepare the loops, it's going to fix to the folding loops. It's a normal loop, you can see also in the diagram how does it work. And then you can see you have the folding lines loop. This is a small node, so it's easy. You're going to fix your loop behind of this node, and then you have to pull a bit. Then it's fixed. Then we're going on with the second one, is the blue one, because we know so always the same system. So the holes, we're going to prepare the node. Then we're going to fix on the loop, and it's okay. So now we're going to see how to fix the stabilo line, because it's different the system from the other one we have seen. So it's really easy. We work on the top of the stabilo where starting the galleries. So we have to lose the knots a bit. It's easy with your finger. Then when you want to go into mount it, you have to follow the orange one line. So you go into the other two lines, the gallery lines, you follow the orange one, so you going behind, and then you coming out again from the two galleries lines. 1, 2. You can see now it's the same from the orange. Okay, good. And then you can fix the same system of the other lines we have done on the canopy. So you do a loop, normal loop like this. You're going to insert the red one, and you have to fix it with the knot. Now your stabilo line is also ready to go. Now you have to check that the folding lines are free. That must to be upper from the A riser. It's like another one riser in front of the A. And one time are ready, you can fix the Milon Rapid. We give you directly with the folding line riser, and you are going to fix on the loop of the upper pulley of the speed system. You can go into close, Okay, you can lose it a bit, turn in the Milon Rapid, and you can go into fly and doing your maneuvers.
Which maneuvers would be really sensible to try?
So if you both your folding lines, it's nice you will try also the full speed maneuvers, collapses, side collapse and front collapse, so you can see how the wings is going to react and how to control it if you need. And then, for my opinion, it's really important if you're going to learn to stall the wing or to spin the wings, because if you have to recover this, sometimes cravats or something like this, it's really nice if you know how it's working. It's not difficult to do, but it's nice to learn over the water.
Now I try to pull down the riser and I will left the speed system and we will see what happens.
Okay, it's working. You have to pull faster, a little bit faster, a little bit deeper. Okay.
I realized in the last maneuvers that the collapses do not get big enough if I don't use the speed system. So now I push the bar half and try to make a big collapse on the right side. And I will hold the collapse and I try to steer again that I can hold the line. Okay, speed system, I pull down the riser and we will see what happens. Now I grab the folding line very high. I go to the speed system and I try it once again.
We can go with the front stall. It's nice if you want to try with half 50% speed, and then we can try with full speed.
Maybe a frontal collapse. It's an amazing glider, so it's 6.9 aspect ratio, and the all maneuvers, the side collapse, the front collapse, the front collapses with 70% bar are really easy to handle. It's really easy to remove, and the less you do, the less you try to remove something, the easier the collapse open itself. And yeah, it's an amazing glider for times or for flying conditions which are getting or developing more and more hard from year to year. And I guess this is the right answer what Swing did. Okay, I installed the folding line set, and what do I have to consider while flying with the folding line set?
Okay, there are no problem if you are flying with the folding lines installed. Really, there are no problem. Only, of course, when you the takeoff or if you are doing maneuver, you have to check that the folding lines are not hanging in the riser or something like this, because it's one more lines of set of lines in front of the A riser.
Is it maybe a bit more difficult to launch the glider with the folding line set?
No, it's the same, because you don't use the folding lines to take off. You use the normal E-risers, so nothing happens, it's the same.
Okay, if I want to do a safety training with the Libra or the Sphera also, I need a folding line set, and where do I get this folding line set?
Yeah, you can order the lines by Swing directly or by your dealer.
Okay, and do I need a separate folding line set for each Libra RS size?
Yes, of course, because every size has different length of the lines. So we have a set for every size. It's different one from the other.
So I already have done the safety training, but then what do I do with the folding lines? Do I have to remove it, or can I still fly on with the folding line?
Of course, there are no problem if you want to flying on with the folding lines, but it makes no sense. You have more drag, it's better if you remove, because also it's something more that you don't need. It's only to do in the collapses.
So for me important, do I have to use a normal harness, or can I use only also my pod harness? And how do I have to adjust the harness for the safety training?
You have to fly in with the same equipment you are flying normally in thermal, because you have to learn how is flying your wing and how is the reaction of your wing.
If people with a Libra go to any safety training, and it's quite new to do a safety training with a ENC two-liner, maybe you can give some advice to the instructors.
We have seen during our tests that also when you are working at trim speed without the speed activated, it's really hard to do big collapses. So you have to pull hard and deeper as you can, and then it's nice when you hold the position so the wing is going to collapse and you have time to see the reaction, and you can intervene and you can see how it's working, because the collapse without speed activated are really smooth, so you have to work a lot. And then it's nice when you work also with the speed system, and in my opinion, to learn how it's going to work the canopy, it's always the best things to hold the folding lines. You can release the speed system, but hold the collapse, so you have the time to going to see how it's working the canopy and going to correct it.
Let's say if I pull down the folding line for the collapse, could there exist any problem with the other?
Yeah. So what you can see on the risers that we have the B handles. The B handles is the only a point where maybe some lines can go into
they can move around.
Yeah, something like this, and also not only the folding lines. So when we are going to do in the maneuver, if it's possible, it's better to remove the B handle. No, it's really easy. In 2 seconds, it's removed. You have only to open